Hello and welcome back to Grounded Conversations. Hello to all of you that have came and listened before, and for those who haven't, I'm Liv. Lovely to meet you all. So, as you've all seen in the title, today we are talking about mental health. Such an important and such a big topic for everybody, I would argue. And so, essentially, what is mental health? So, mental health is a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being, and it affects how we think, feel, and act. And it also affects how we handle stress, how we show up in our relationships, how productive we are at work and school. It affects so much of our lives. There's no going around it, no other way to put it. Our mental health, if it's affecting how we think, feel, and act, is such a big factor, and we can't really dismiss that. Even though I know not everybody wants to acknowledge the fact that they're struggling or the fact that they might need help, or even that mental health is something they should be acknowledging. It exists, so we need to ignore it because honestly, being in a place where you're struggling and you do feel alone when you have poor mental health and struggling with mental illness is such a horrid place to be in when you feel like there's no way of getting help and there's no way out. And so today I wanted to talk more about mental health, why it's important, and how you can kind of show up and help others regarding your mental health, their mental health in our daily lives. So, I know I mentioned just the definition of it, and I mean, for everybody, you're going to have a different experience and a different meaning that you put with mental health when you hear it. But I think it's so important. Like, not even think, I know it's so important from just how I feel in my life. Like, the way it affects your quality of life, how you show up in your relationships, everything like that is honestly insane. Like, if you think about it, people that are struggling, or even if your mental health isn't as good as it could be, the way you end up showing up in your relationships, you end up not being there for people in ways that you probably should. Cases where you are having mental illnesses can drive you into a place where you don't even have the energy, like the mental energy or anything to get up and clean your teeth or go and walk your dog because it just it's just so dragging and so heavy, these mental illnesses. And I don't think that's as acknowledged as it actually should be by loads and loads of people, loads of things. And I think something we also need to talk about is what is mental health, what is mental illness. So if we imagine we have a spectrum, because mental health isn't as easy as saying, oh, do you have good mental health? Do you have bad mental health? It's kind of like a journey. Like it's never gonna be like straight normal. It's never gonna be really, really high every day or really, really low every day. It's gonna dip. You're gonna we've all experienced trauma in our lives. Mental illnesses could come from genetics, but mental health as a whole is your general well-being. So mental health is like how are you feeling? Mental well-being, day to day, cool. Kind of just like kind of like your health. Just like what is your health? It's how you're feeling, your well-being. It's that, but in your head, in a mental way. Whereas illness is, I don't really want to say the opposite but illness is basically when your mental health is consistently and pretty much most of the time, majority of the time, like bad, negative. You're having negative thoughts every day. You're not feeling yourself, obviously, and all this stuff. Obviously, everybody has bad days. Everybody has good days. Completely normal to feel stressed, anxious, worried, sad, especially when you have like family members passing away, exams coming around. There's so many different stressful things in our lives, things that could be upsetting, things like that. However, if you're feeling stressed, anxious, upset, really low on a day-to-day basis, it's likely to lead to a mental illness and you should get help. And I know it's like, okay, Liv, where do I get help from? I will get more into that later on. No, actually, let's do it now. So, help you can get. I know it's so easy from somebody like me being like, oh, well, she seems like a lovely little happy girl. Well, at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going on in your head. You don't know what's going on in my head or my life, and vice versa to everybody else in this world, in this universe. Nobody's ever happy all the time. Ever. We're all human beings. It's literally physically impossible for us all to be happy all the time. At the end of the day, we're not some robots actually functioning and be like, good morning, I hope you're having a wonderfully, like, do you know what I mean? We're human beings, we're not ever going to be happy all the time. And I think the way we all experience emotions, the way we feel sadness, happiness, love, anger, hate, all these amazing things that we can feel because we're human beings. And it's okay to express that. It's okay. We're literally programmed and made to feel all these wondrous things. And yeah, we are feeling the negative things. It sucks. But you can still feel them. You can still cry. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be feeling like, oh, I have to hide my emotions because I'm expected to be happy all the time. If somebody's expecting that of you, they honestly need their own help. They honestly need to sort their own problems and their own head out, and that is not your fault. You're not ever going to be okay because life can be horrid sometimes, if we put it quite frankly. Life can truly suck. So if you're happy all the time, through all of the shit that's going on in this world, I'm honestly not sure how you do it, and that's surely not healthy in itself. So seeking help shouldn't be a bad thing, because if you have, so this is something that's been happening to me recently. My ears have been like playing up for a while. I have to keep just like irritating me. I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's nothing, I'm just making it up in my head. I just need, oh, it's nothing, it's just false. I would go seek help. Same with if you broke a bone. You know, like, oh, it's just me imagining the pain. Doesn't exist. No, you would go to the hospital and try and get help and fix it. And to everybody out there that has said to somebody like, oh, you're feeling sad, oh, you're depressed and anxious, oh, you're just making your head, don't worry, you're fine, lovely. Don't worry, it doesn't exist. You're stressed out. Don't be stressed about that. Be like, you're stressed out about that. But I'm stressed out about all these bad things that happen to me. If you've said that to anybody ever, actually go sort yourself out and fuck off. Okay, that's a bit extreme. But at the end of the day, how you feel is fine. Completely normal. If you feel sad though, if you feel down all the time and somebody says to you, you're overreacting, you're making it up, you're not. Honestly, if you need anybody to talk to, my Instagram's in the description below. Please feel free to message me, comment, whatever. But don't ever feel like you're overreacting or you're making stuff up when you are feeling down and you are feeling like you need an escape. Because otherwise, if you don't get help and if you do feel like some things aren't easy to fix by ourselves, especially when it comes to our own head, because as much as we hate it and as much as it sucks that our own head is sometimes against us, it's not always down to just us to fix it. And if you ever think or ever have said to somebody, you're overreacting, you're making it up, this actually, you saying that has made me feel this way. Obviously, you're valid for your feelings for that. But don't make any other person feel guilty or feel bad or ashamed for how they are feeling, because at the end of the day, that is why people don't go and get help. So if you are struggling, I promise, finger promise, swear, swear, you're not alone. You will be okay. It will all be okay. Just have faith in, even if you don't have faith in yourself, have faith in what I'm saying now. Even if you don't know me, just please try. It will get better. It will improve. There will be a light at the end of the tunnel you're in. And I was talking about ways you can get help. Like, even if you have a friend you can talk to about it, just try find somebody you can talk to about it. A friend, counselling if you want to try it, therapy. I know it's so scary to think, oh, this random stranger. Yeah, well, I totally don't really want to spread all my feelings to them. Completely get it. Just try. Because if you really are struggling, if you know somebody that's struggling, even just hearing somebody say, I get you, I hear you, I know what you're going through, I'm I'm here for you, you've got this, you're fine. It can honestly work wonders. And at the end of the day, I know it's so hard to find help when you do need help, but I've read something online, 75% of people that have experienced therapy have said it's helped and would recommend it. And I know it is so, so hard to get help, but at the end of the day, people struggle. And if you know somebody that's struggling, even if you reach out and be like, hi, are you alright? Honestly, feel free to talk to me whenever. I know our pride can sometimes get in the way, and if you're asked, how are you? Just like, yeah, I'm alright, how are you? You kind of shrug it off, dismiss it. Is what it is, next thing. But it's okay to talk to your friends about it, and people that do care for you about it. And it's more than okay to go to these friends and these people and be like, hi, are you okay? Is everything alright? Just be like, well, even if they do talk to you about it, try to make sure that they feel seen and known, because you don't know. They probably haven't even told you the full extent. They probably haven't even told you the full extent of it. So you just be like, yeah, I see you, I hear you. I understand that you're experiencing this. Is there anything I can do to help? I'm here for you. Just making somebody feel seen and validated and being kind is the best thing you can do if you're helping somebody out. And I know if you are seeking help and it is a really bad thing, there's websites like Young Mind, Childline, there's stuff on the NHS website that can help. I know on the NHS website, I'm not sure what it's like in other countries, so I'm so sorry for my lovely listeners from abroad. But for the NHS, there's like a self-referral thing, so you can self-refer yourself to online therapies. There's there's like online therapies you can refer yourself to, counselling you can refer yourself to, and so much more. But don't feel ashamed of getting help, because at the end of the day, you have one mind and one body. If you need help, go get help. Because if you fell on your foot and broke your ankle and it really twisted, was bruising, you wouldn't think, oh, it's okay, I'll just wait it out, I won't feel like this in a couple of weeks' time. You'd go get help straight away. Same with like if you broke a bone, and like you wouldn't say to someone that broke a bone, oh, just get over it. You wouldn't say to somebody in a wheelchair, oh, just stand up, you're making it up. You wouldn't do that. And I think when it comes to our mental health, it's so easy to just dismiss it because it's something we can't see, and it's something that's like, oh yeah, you're totally lying, you just want attention. Where actually, as much as a lot of people hide their mental health, some people that do come out and write and do kind of say it out loud, it might feel like they're doing it for attention, but maybe they're just in desperate need of help. So a good thing to kind of research to help you and to help friends, everybody around you, is to look into signs of good mental health and warning signs. So good mental health is obviously, I know how to do it for yourself anyways. Okay. So good mental health would be being able to kind of organise your thoughts a little bit. So if you get a negative thought in your mind, you'll be able to be like, oh, that's not true. Bye bye. Not in my head anymore. See you later. Kind of just like it flows through your head, dismiss it, move on. You're more productive, have a better quality of life, can show up better in your relationships, show up better for yourself. Whereas on the other end, if you're experiencing negative thoughts like, oh, I suck, I'm the worst, I'm ugly, nobody likes me, and they're going through your head all of the time, and it's overwhelming and you're not able to filter through them. You're not able to differentiate from what's this voice attacking you in your head and what's your actual voice. Look into the different mental health things and disorders, or even just like how to get rid of negative thoughts. And if you're feeling drained and low, stressed, overwhelmed, overworked, on a day-to-day basis, really consider, am I doing the best I could for myself? Do I need help? Can I go get help? Because at the end of the day, 1 in 4 people globally will experience a mental health issue in their lifetime. Like 1 in 4 people will feel so low, so sad, so anxious that they have a mental health issue. That's globally. I can't do the maths in my head to work out the right amount of people because I'm not that good at maths. But 1 in 4 people, that's a quarter of the world's population. 25% of the 25% of the world experiences a mental health problem. In young people, so I think that's like I think age 15 to 29 years old, the second highest cause of death is suicide. And you mean to tell me that people still aren't acknowledging that mental health is real, that mental health exists? The second highest cause of death is suicide. People don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself for fun. That doesn't happen. People that are like, oh, mental health is just people being dramatic. Oh, it's phones, social media, causing all those young people to have all these mental health issues. Look at the statistics. Look at the figures. Look at the facts. The second highest cause of death is suicide, and the first one is road accidents. Before you're like, what is the first one? The first one is road accidents. And I mean, 9 in 10 adults experience high levels. 9 in 10 adults experience high levels of pressure or stress at some point. And that's at some point in the past year, not even their lives. And so 9 in 10 adults experience high levels of pressure and stress, and only 1 in 5 take time off for it. That's it's honestly insane. Over the world, anxiety disorders affect 264 million people, and depression affects 280 million people worldwide. 264 million people experience anxiety, 280 million experience depression. You mean to tell me that some people are still thinking, oh, mental health surely doesn't affect that much? Over 50% of people don't seek treatment because of stigma, discrimination, and fear. Half of the people that need help don't go because they're scared, because of stigma. They don't want to feel ashamed. They don't want people to laugh at them. Like, I'm sorry, what? And I think I was reading this news article the other day on this website called Fortune that was talking about how Gen Z and millennials have the equivalent to a day's off work each week. I don't know if that's as a whole or individually, but like it was saying that the amount of time that young people, like Gen Z and millennials, are having off because of their mental health, is the end up affecting productivity in the workplace, and productivity decreases by 150%. So this isn't even a case of just people feeling sad. This is a case of, okay, people are struggling, people need help. This is literally affecting businesses, affecting how people feel, affecting causes of death. So many things. And I think you can't just ignore that. If you clicked on this video and you're just like, I don't know what mental health is. Mental health affects everybody in so many different ways. It affects everybody. Whether you're from different sides of the world, different ages, everybody experiences it, everybody feels it. And it's not something that can just be ignored or looked over, whether you like it or not. Because at the end of the day, it affects everything. I mean, I googled mental health just to see what would come up. And literally, other than one article on there, all the news articles were negative about how there's a crisis, mental health levels increasing, stuff like that. How there was data thing for the NHS that said Child mental health referrals top 1 million for the 3rd year in a row. Like, I know you obviously clicked on this to hear me talk about mental health, and I hope I have done that. And I know I have kind of sided into how there needs to be more help and how this isn't something we can ignore. But I did also want to talk to you all about, for the people that clicked on this, people that are listening, people in the future that might need help and are struggling with getting over the idea of feeling ashamed, feeling scared, feeling worried of getting help, that one of your favourite celebrities might have actually struggled with it, which I'll go on to in a minute. But I think just having somebody you probably look up to and admire going through it kind of helps. But you're not alone. You're okay. You'll get through this. Everything will be fine. Promise. You'll be okay. There's so many stories online you can listen to, people that have gone through something like this. And I have written some down. Like Dwayne Johnson. Bet you wasn't expecting that now, was you? But unless you know, unless you've heard already has of. But he has shared his experience with depression before. I've searched up on TikTok, you can find like short clips if you want to. He's talked about depression and how therapy has helped him. Bet you wasn't expecting that, like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson to have struggled with mental health. I bet you were probably thinking, oh yeah, he's probably strong mentally and physically. And if you are struggling with mental health, you're not weak. You're very, very strong. Like, battling through all of that is such a hard thing to do every day. And people that have sadly met the end of their mental health journey in really, really horrific ways, think about how much they were going through. They're not weak. You're not weak. Having poor mental health doesn't make you a weak person. It doesn't make you below anybody else. You're still strong. You're still great. Don't let anybody tell you that you're less than anybody else, that you're weaker than anybody else because you have mental health problems, because they have no clue at all, not even to start what you're going through. Same with, you don't even know you don't know what's going on with anybody's lives. You don't know what's going on in my life. I don't know what's going on in your life. So with everybody around us. So don't let anybody tell you or assume about how you feel, how you should be feeling, and who you are. Don't let it define you, because you're so much more. Selena Gomez has spoken about her anxiety, depression, and how she's bipolar. Adele had spoken about her postpartum depression and her anxiety. Lady Gaga advocates for mental health a lot. So if you're really looking for to hear somebody else other than me, that's a well-known figure talk about it, really recommend searching her up, because she's talked about PTSD, chronic pain she's experienced, and she's a very big advocate mental health. Honestly amazing. Ryan Reynolds as well has spoken about his battle with anxiety. And so many more, so many more people, just to list a few: Emma Stone, Shawn Mendes, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande. There's, honestly, Google people that have struggled with mental health, read upon their stories, listen to them talk about it, just so you feel less alone, just so you feel a bit more like you have somebody else that's gone through it too, and that you're not alone. You have somebody else has gone through the same, not the exact same thing as you, but people get it. People know it's not just you. You're not cursed. You're not freaky. You're not weird. You're completely normal. You're completely fine. You're a human being. You're not defined by your mental health. You're not defined by how you feel. You're so amazing for just being here, for just having me here, and for just trying. Feeling sad, feeling depressed, anxious doesn't change who you are as a person. It doesn't change who you want to be, where you want to get to. It just sucks. And it's not your fault for that. Mental health illnesses could be genetic. You could have a whole line of like people that are like family members that are anxious or depressed. It can cause from trauma. That's not your fault, lovely. That's not your fault, baby. Having experienced trauma and it affecting your mental health isn't your fault. It's not on you. You're okay. And that's just two of the things that could have caused mental health. Like COVID. After COVID, after everybody being inside, even like lockdown, everybody being inside, not being around people for that long. That was so like hard on many of us. That's something everybody experienced. You're not alone. You don't know. It's not your fault that you have this. It's not. It's okay. There's nothing you can do. It probably won't fully ever go away, but getting help can help you get better. It can help you. It can help you find your glow. Help you light up the way a little bit more. So I will be doing more episodes on mental health. I hope somebody found this helpful today. If you do need to talk to anybody, websites do recommend Young Minds, Childline, Better Minds might be one, NHS. Just Google mental health, Google whatever. If you need help, if you want anything specific, my Instagram will be in the description below. If you liked this or thought somebody else might be helped by this, please share, please like, comment if you found this helpful, comment if you want me to talk about anything more specific about this topic. I think I'm going to try to in more upcoming episodes anyways. I love you all. You're okay. I hope you will have a lovely, lovely next couple of weeks. I will see you all in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you so, so much for listening.